Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. It's Luke here, and it's West Ham versus Crystal Palace on what will be New Year's Day and welcoming us into 2022. We kick off at 5:30 at Selhurst Park. We are the late game, always a good fixture, the late game, and a game that's always full of great goals over the years. There's so many to list off. You've got Andy Carroll's bicycle kick. You've got Dimitri Payet's wonderful free kick. You've got Jordan Ayew's goal against us a couple of years ago. I believe Andre Ayew also scored a worldie against them a couple of years ago as well. Lanzini loves a goal against Crystal Palace as well, and in London Derby. So this game usually quite high scoring and usually has a worldie of a goal in it. So a fixture I actually quite look forward to going to. One of the away games that I enjoy going to as well. So yeah, let's get into it. So they currently sit 11th on 23 points, having a decent season under Patrick Vieira, it has to be said. In a team that lost quite a lot of players when Roy Hodgson went, and he sort of has rebuilt that team. And you've got to say that Patrick Vieira's done really well with that team. He really has. There's some top players in there that I really like. I wouldn't mind at West Ham, to be honest with you. Their top goal scorer is Conor Gallagher, a fantastic player. Scored 2 goals against us in the fixture earlier in the season. And he's going to be a huge loss for them. He is out for this game, apparently has COVID. So there's a good chance he may not start this game. And it's better for West Ham if he doesn't. So I really hope that he's not ready for this game, because he is top player. That's our player I'd love at West Ham, but I expect he could be starting for Chelsea next season. He really could. He looks that good. Also in their top goal scorer list, as you would expect, Wilfred Zaha. His last game before he goes off to the African nations, same as Benrahma for us. They've got a few actually that will be going to the African nations, and obviously Eduardo as well. A player that would have probably done a good job for us. When there was no strikers. He's looked good. He's looked sharp. He's only got 4 goals, but he looks good. He does look good. He reminds me a little bit of Diafra Sakho when he first sort of burst on the scene at West Ham. Very hungry, dynamic, and wants to score goals. Their last game, they beat obviously probably the poorest team in the league, barring us. We both played the poorest teams in the league in our last game. We played Watford. Obviously, they played Norwich. They won 3-0, very comfortable. Game before that, though, they played a rejuvenated Spurs under Conte, which they lost 3-0. Last time, obviously, as I said, was 2-2. Conor Gallagher getting the 2 goals, Antonio Fornells for us. Last season at their ground, we won 3-2. A double from Thomas Soucek and a goal from Craig Dawson, getting a really good win on the day. They like to play the 4-3-3 formation. Ex-Hammers, Tompkins and Kiate will probably start this game. As I said, out for them, Conor Gallagher, Eze. Zaha is back, obviously, from his suspension. Their strengths are stealing the ball. They play that high pressing game. They win the ball back quite successfully in all the stats this season. And aerial duels, they're very good. Obviously, we know Tompkins was good in the air. Kiate was good in the air. So, they've got some real big lumps in there that don't mind heading the ball. Weaknesses are set pieces, though. And I think that's attacking set pieces. They don't usually get many goals from attacking set pieces. So hopefully that stays. Long shots, defending long shots, not very good at. A lot of their goals that they've conceded have come from long shots. And failing in dangerous areas, meaning they give away free kicks in and around the 18-yard box. Their style of play, obviously they like to play with a lot of width, attack down the left-hand side quite a lot. Possession football, Patrick Vieira has, instilled that, obviously coming from the Arsenal. That was his style. He was brought up on a possession football under Arsene Wenger, so there's no surprise that he instills that as a manager. And they play very aggressive style. They like to get in your face. They like to, like I say, foul a lot. So we've got to be up for the fight tomorrow afternoon. For us, obviously, Rice is back from suspension. Which creates this situation. Obviously, we know Declan Rice is our best player. There's no doubt about it. He's been our best player for about 18 months now. But we see the best of Thomas Soucek on Saturday, the last game against Watford. So it wasn't Saturday, it was Tuesday, wasn't it? We see the best of Thomas Soucek back attacking. He nearly got an assist as well with the disallowed Bowen goal. He got his goal. He was constantly a threat in the box. And listen, I did see a stat, with Declan Rice, he's the player who's carried the ball forward the most, I think, out of any Premier League player successfully. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. That there's been a couple of videos made on this now by other channels, and I've got to say, it's not an easy problem to solve. You've got your best player who, is having the season of his life, but you could argue that the goals are not there. Yes, he did that wonderful goal against Zagreb, but Thomas Souček is probably the better finisher and probably the better goal person. That is his game, goals. His game is not driving forward. His game is not, possession football. It's about being a nuisance in the box. A bit like what Fellaini used to be is what Souček, is for us. And there needs to be some sort of discussion there with Dex is told that sometimes that you hold back a bit, let Tom go, and if that's not working, then by all means, Dex, you drive the team forward. I love the way Declan Rice drives with the ball. We're lacking that at the minute. We're lacking that Jesse Lingard, that the name that shouldn't be mentioned on West Ham channels anymore. We're lacking that person who can pick the ball up and drive, and Rice is doing that. So it's hard to say to him, don't do that, because he's trying so hard, and you can see he wants it. He wants to be successful at West Ham, but he sort of nullified Thomas Souček, and there is all them rumours about Souček, he's not happy and, not happy with the role he's playing. I don't think he's looking for a move out of the club, but, you don't want it to become a problem. That's enough of that, because, I don't want to be too, that's downhearted on this. I expect us to line up with Fabianski, Soufal, Dawson and Diop. Hopefully Johnson, because Johnson did go off for a little knock, so hopefully it's not too bad. If it is, then we know we're going to have Masuaku back there, which is not ideal. I personally would prefer to play Longjello over Masuaku. I really, really would. But whether Moyes has got that bottle, I don't know. I hope it's Johnson. But if it's Masuaku, all of a sudden you start getting them nerves early on again. Obviously, Rice and Souček has been discussed. Benny, last game before the African Nations. Hopefully, he can go off with a bang, get another goal, which will be 3-3 for him if he can get a goal tomorrow, which would be fantastic. Lanzini picks himself at the moment. He's been fantastic. He's been, back to the best Lanzini. Probably our best player actually in possession of the ball. That tight space, likes keeping the ball in the tight spaces, can pass it off, and he's doggy in that tackle as well. Apparently Fornells may still be out for this game, obviously Lanzini has took his chance now. Do you know what I mean? Jared Bowen, undroppable at the moment, sensational. Such a hard-working player. Such a shame he didn't get a goal the weekend, but was involved in 3 of the goals. Won the penalty, set up Souček, then set up Vlasic. So in immense form, immense form. And obviously Mikel Antonio up top, and hopefully again he can get another goal. Like to see a little bit more of Vlasic again. After scoring a goal, you have to give him an opportunity again. This is a chance for him. Confidence will be instilled in him now because of that goal. So I want to see some more of him. And obviously with Benny going, there's a good chance that he's going to get some games now, because if we don't sign an attacking midfielder, who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I'm sure there'll be loads of videos on it. Last thing is Moyes' record against Palace. Obviously Vieira's only got one. It's one draw. Moyes has played Palace 13 times as a manager with 9 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss. He averages 2.5 points a game against them. So a very, very good record against them. I am going to go, because they are having quite a good season and playing quite well, and we're still a little bit wobbly. And we did play Watford, who are not the best team in the world. I think this might be a 2-2 draw. A game, as I say, full of goals. But if we win, I tell you what, Man City play Arsenal. You would expect Man City to beat Arsenal. Without counting your chickens, you'd expect. And if that was the case, we'd only be 1 point behind Arsenal and right back in the fight. Right back in it. Obviously, Tottenham have got their couple of games in hand, and I think Man United went level with us yesterday, and they've got 1 point, a game in hand as well. So there's still, a few things that need to go in their favour to get back into that top 4. But a win tomorrow and Arsenal losing to Manchester City will, really open that fight up again, and put us in good stead. Anyway, this is my last video of the year. So I will finish it as if it's like a Queen's speech sort of style. A massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed to this channel this year. I've really enjoyed being back and making videos, you know, and the FIFA series will return at some point. Yeah, it's been an absolute joy. The comments, we've got a real nice little community over here now, and we're building slowly again, you know, on that race to 4K, which will happen at some point. Big thank you to all the other channels for supporting us, you know, through the way, either popping on, and everyone that has popped on the channel, you know, through my live chats. You know, it's been fantastic. And I'll probably do a little live show tomorrow, you know, on New Year's Day, you know, to build up to the game. So that'd be nice if anyone wants to come, you know, and have a little chat. It'd be nice to see what condition you're all in. Yeah, stay safe tonight. Have a good one. Yeah, and, you know, sort them New Year's resolutions out, you know, classics, join the gym, not going to eat chocolate anymore and all that. Yeah, and hopefully West Ham can, you know, start us off on a good one. Until next time, guys, come on your irons, keep believing. Let's go.